In this session, I'm going to discuss the topics like operations of data structure. So we have discussed previous class like what is the classification of data structure. In the classification of data structure, we are going to divide data structure into two things like primitive data structure and non-primitive. Under primitive, we'll have the basic data structures like integer, character, float, double, pointer. These are the data structures. Those will be acting as primitive type. When I say primitive data structure, it means that this data structure will be directly operated upon machine level instruction. That is, the compiler will be able to do any kind of manipulation in this data structures like integer, character, float as well as double. So if I want to consider what is non-primitive data structure, non-primitive data structure or the data structures which cannot be accessed or which cannot be directly operated by machine level instruction. Why? The reason is because the programmer will be responsible for designing the structure of that data, or how the data will be stored and what is the structure of that particular data will be represented by the programmer. Example, consider your array. When you are creating an array, the number of elements that you want to store and how to access the elements and which data type you are going to store, everything will be decided by the programmer. So these kind of data structures which are not directly operated by machine level instruction, will consider it as non-primitive data structure. We have seen this in the previous session. So in this session, we are going to discuss about the next topic, which is operations of data structure. So the operations of data structure will be divided into three things like basic operations, common operations as well as special operations. Basic operations is nothing but whenever you define or declare a variable, what are the basic functions that will come across? Those things all consider it as basic operations of a data structure. This will be divided into, that is basic operations, we are going to have it as. So the operations of data structure will be divided into three things: basic operation, common operation as well as special operation. Again, basic operations will be done on primitive data types. So whatever operation that you are going to perform on the primitive data structure or primitive data values, will consider it as basic data structure operations, which will be divided into three types or four types, which is create, destroy, and you have select as well as update. So these are the four basic operations or basic operations on data structure. So which will be working on which type of data? Primitive data. What is the first function, which is create? Create is nothing but whenever I define any variable like integer a, it is the responsibility of the compiler, to do what? To do allocate memory. So to allocate memory, okay, so allocation of memory is the responsibility of the compiler. So what is create function is? Create function is nothing but it is the process of allocating memory. The process of allocating memory for the variables or the data that has been declared is considered as creation. Simply to say, creation is nothing but allocation of memory. For example, in this example, I have defined integer a. That is nothing but compiler needs to allocate 2 bytes of memory for this variable called as 2. If I define something like integer or like say I'll consider it as character C. If I define character C, that is nothing but I'm going to define a variable called as C, which is going to allocate how many bytes, or the compiler is going to allocate only 1 byte of memory for this particular variable, which is C. This process is considered as creation. So creation is the process of allocating memory for the data structure. Next function we have come across is destroy. Destroy is a function where whatever memory that is allocated, if you are removing it or deallocating it, the process of deallocating the memory will consider it as destroy. Destroy is the second basic operation, which is like deallocating the memory. Whatever memory that is allocated, if you are removing it, which is considered as deallocate. Which function we are going to use for deallocation? We are going to use a function called as free function. Free is a function which is used for deallocating memory. In the sense, whatever memory that is allocated, if you want to delete that memory or remove that memory, we are going to use this function called as free function. Okay, next. So hope these two functions are clear. The process of allocating memory is considered as create. The process of deallocating memory is considered as destroy function, or we are going to use the function called as free for deleting that memory, which is called as destroy. Okay, next we'll come across the same one more function called as select. Select function is like if I define the same variable, so I'm going to define a variable called as integer a. If I define this variable called as integer a, memory will be allocated, that is we are going to create the variable a, so that the memory will be allocated of 2 bytes. 2 bytes of memory is allocated for this variable called as a. After that is allocated, next we'll go for select function. Select function is if I write a equal to 20, that is nothing but I am selecting this variable for assigning some value. So the variable I am going to select, which is a, I am going to assign the value as 20. So whenever any variable or value that is defined, and if you are trying to access that value, when you are trying to access that value, then it is considered as what selection function anta kariti. So selection function is nothing but whenever you access the value of that particular variable, then it is considered as selection. Okay, next we'll come across the next function called as update. Update is whatever value you have. Suppose I have defined it as 20. Now if I try to change it, that is a equal to a plus 5, something like that. So that is nothing but whatever previous value I have, a value, I am going to update it with some other value. That is, now it will become 25. So previous value whatever you have, if you are able to modify that value, if you want to able to modify the value of the variable, then it is considered as update function. So the basic functions of any data structure or primitive data structure is like create, which is memory allocation, destroy, which is deallocating the memory or whatever memory it is that are allocated, we are going to remove it, which is called as free function, and select function, whatever memory that you have, if you want to access that value, we'll consider as select function, and lastly we'll come across update, whichever value that you have created, if you want to delete or change that value or modify that value, that process will consider as update. Okay, hope these are the basic functions that we have. So that is based on your primitive data structure. Next we'll come across common functions, that is which is performed on non-primitive data structure. So I'll just clear these values. Okay, so now I have one more statement, that is one more thing called as common operations. Common operations are like the functions which are say for example performed on non-primitive data structure. So common operations are performed on non-primitive data structure. If you are performing any functions on non-primitive data structure, we have some set of common operations. What are those? That we are going to see now. So when I say non-primitive data structure, I gave you an example like arrays, stack, queue, and linked list. So these are called as non-primitive data structure. So why it is called as non-primitive data structure? Because it is not directly operated upon machine level instruction. So that is why it is called as non-primitive data structure. All these things what we have studied, it is called as linear. So under non-primitive we have linear and also we have non-linear. Okay, so when you divide non-primitive data structure, we are going to divide it into linear and non-linear. So linear is nothing but when the elements are stored in a sequential order, one after the other. If the elements are stored in a sequential memory location, then it is considered as linear data structure. Or elements are stored in an order, then it is considered as linear. Non-linear is if the elements are not stored in an order, then it is considered as non-linear data structure. Now under linear data structure, we have some common functions that we can do on the linear data structure. So we'll consider an example of arrays. By using the concept of arrays, we'll discuss some basic or common operations. What are the common operations? First I'll discuss what are the common operations we have. Common operations we have as traversal, insertion and deletion. Do you have searching? Okay, so we have some common operations on the data structure like traversal, insertion, deletion as well as searching. First I'll tell you what is the meaning of these operations, then with the help of arrays we're going to see what is these functions we are going to discuss with an example of arrays. Now first coming for traversal. Traversal is nothing but when you access the elements. Okay, so when you access the elements at least once. So when you access the elements of the data structure at least once, it is called as traversal. So I'll discuss, just understand, traversal is nothing but whenever you access all the elements or all the elements of the data structure at least once is considered as traversal. Next coming for insertion. Insertion is it is nothing but the process of inserting element, or you can write adding element. The process of adding an element into data structure will consider as insertion. Similarly, the process of deleting an element or removing an element from the data structure is considered as deletion. So it is insertion is adding, deletion is removing of an element from the data structure will consider as deletion. And at last, searching, as the name says, the process of finding or searching. So the process of finding or searching a given element in the data structure will consider as searching. Okay, now let me be clear. These functions what we are discussing, that is traversal, insertion, deletion and searching, this will also be repeated in one more chapter called as arrays. We have a chapter called as arrays. In that chapter we are going to discuss about insertion, deletion and searching. So this concept is repeated in first chapter and also in the last chapter. So I'll be explaining only once, so that you can study the first chapter also, and you can also study with the first that is arrays chapter also. So hope this is clear. So if this is clear, in the next session I'm going to explain you about what is traversal, what is insertion, and the next session we are going to discuss about deletion as well as searching. So next session we are going to discuss about what is traversal and what is insertion, and after that we are going to discuss about what is deletion and searching. If possible, I'll try to finish all these four things in a single session also. Okay, so after this I'll come across what is special operations. So we have discussed the topic of today's classes, data structure operations, which will be divided into three things. One is basic operation, common operation as well as special operation. Basic operation is performed on primitive data structure. Common and special operation are performed on non-primitive data structure. When you consider basic operation, it is like create, destroy, select as well as update. Okay, and common operations is traversal, insertion as well as deletion and then searching. When you come across special operations we are going to have is called as sorting as well as merging. Okay, so hope this is clear. I have given the introduction regarding what are the data structure operations we have next, and we have discussed what is basic operations. In the next session I'm going to discuss common operations one by one, and after that later session we are going to discuss what is special operations.